Now, in last lecture, we have seen what is bamboo or bamboo cultivation or bamboo propagation, uh, soil requirement of soil for bamboo propagation. Uh, Mostly the clay loam soil is important or useful for the bamboo propagation. Then scope and importance throughout the world bamboo propagation and management. Now, today's lecture, we have seen or we have studied the nutrient requirement for bamboo cultivation or propagation or fertilizers used for the bamboo cultivation or propagation. Learning objective for today's lecture to provide information about soil nutrient and to understand the what type of fertilizer used for bamboo propagation. First, the soil nutrient for the bamboo propagation and bamboo cultivation is mostly this bamboo uh, useful for food, then making craft, making furnitures, then it is for the building construction, useful for building construction through over the world. It is recently its importance of bamboo cultivation and bamboo management. For their bamboo propagation, the soil nutrient, mostly in food, uh, the bamboo used for making of food or making of soup. For the soil nutrient for bamboo propagation and bamboo cultivation, the NPK are very useful nutrient for the bamboo propagation. NPK, that is nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus and potassium. This bamboo is hungry plant. That is the a large or mature bamboo clump can use over the 5 pounds of NPK fertilizer for each year. For 1 year, the bamboo or large mature bamboo clump can use over 5 pounds of NPK. That's why the bamboo is called as the hungry plant. Most requirement of nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium fertilizers for the bamboo, that is the 5 pounds. Nitrogen is responsible for the green color and growth of new foliage and shoots. New foliage means the leaf. It is very requirement or very useful for growth of the new foliage. Nitrogen is very responsible or useful for green color, and that's why the growth is vigorous of the plant or plantlets and new foliage and shoots. They can responsible to make the green color on the new foliage and shoot. Then the bamboo uses more nitrogen than any other macro element, and keeping enough nitrogen in supply is the difference between aggressive growth. The bamboo is used more nitrogen than any other macro element. It is a hungry plant because 5 pounds NPK fertilizer for each year or 1 year used the bamboo propagation or bamboo cultivation. That's why the more nitrogen than any other macro elements, and keeping this nitrogen is supply is the difference between aggressive growth. Then next is the potassium. Potassium, bamboo uses potassium to grow healthy, strong root mass and uses plenty of it. Potassium is useful for grow the healthy mass in bamboo or healthy stem or strong root to making the uh, strong strain for the plant or bamboos plant, and uses plenty of it. Then we have formulate a plant specific slow release of NPK blend loaded with 100% control release nitrogen and potassium that works absolutely amazing with any bamboo. That means we have formulated the plant specific slow release of this NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, and blended loaded with 100% control release the nitrogen and potassium. And this nitrogen and potassium work absolutely amazing with any bamboo or vigorous growth of bamboo or healthy plants provides from this NPK. The secret is the 12-month control release nutrition. 1 year is for the uh, this nutrition or for bamboo cultivation. Because the plant are being fed all year around, we avoid seasonal spike. That's why the secret of this plant, that is the 12-month control release nutrition. Then the result are happy and healthy plant with growth rates. Because of this, we will use this NPK and or formulated plant specific slow release of this NPK uh, over or each year, that is near about 12 months, then to control uh, and release this nutrition. That's why the result of the plantlet or plant should be happy and healthy. Vigorous growth of the bamboo plant or growth rate is increases. While bamboo gets most of its macronutrients from the bamboo special 13:3:13 NPK. The ratio of this NPK, that is 13:3:30 fertilizer we use as a base of this fertilizer or a ratio of this fertilizer of NPK 13:3:13. That is most important fertilizers like nitrogen and potassium for bamboo cultivation and bamboo propagation. The ratio should be 33:13. Non-organic fertilizer like our bamboo special 13:3:13 provide plenty of nutrition. It provides plenty of nutrition or more nutrition for the bamboo plant or bamboo plantlet, but it can be easily be carried directly past the root zone by the irrigation of water. It is a but some problem for use of these non-organic fertilizers like NPK 13:3:13 because of irrigation for the plant, and that time this irrigation easily this NPK carried directly past the root zone. It provides very plenty nutrition. They the way of this get the nutrition to stick around in the root zone is to get the powerful inorganic nutrients to bond to the sticky organic ones. This is where we use our old plants myco tea in the irrigation time for the plant. That is the way to get the nutrition to stick around the root zone. They cannot uh, flooded from the soil. This root zone is to get the powerful inorganic nutrient bond with this powerful inorganic nutrient to the sticky organic ones. This is use our old friend myco. At installation, we use this mycoti to get the powerful mycorrhizae fungi onto the root zone where it can grow and product to protect the new root. That is to protect the organic or bond of this inorganic and organic matter, this mycote, to get the powerful mycorrhizae fungi, and that's why the root zone where it can grow and protect new roots. Then, but this we want to use this mycote because it is loaded with sticky organic particles that's easily bond to fertilizers, that is NPK, and keep it from washing out of the root zone. That's why use of this mycote. It is loaded with the sticky organic particle and that easily bond to the fertilizers, that is inorganic matter, that is NPK, and keep it from the washing out the root zone. At installation, we use this mycote to get the powerful mycorrhizae and they can protect the new roots. Then phosphorus, the next fertilizer, phosphorus, belongs among major minerals and vast majority of its found combined with the calcium in the bones and teeth. A part of DNA, it is crucial for all growth. It is also involved in energy metabolism and required to active B vitamin. It is play an important role in maintaining acid base balance within the body as part of the body buffering system. That's why it is useful in bamboo cultivation, bamboo propagation as a fertilizer. Phosphorus is found almost in all foods and therefore deficiencies are not that common, and most food high in protein will be provided sufficient amount of phosphorus. Animal origin foods provide significant source of phosphorus. Then non-animal source of phosphorus are chickpea, then garlic, sesame, almond, and cashew. And this is useful for growth and propagation of bamboo cultivation. This is the NPK. The fertilizers that are important to ensure high yield and overall uh, profitability of plantation and growth of plantation. Then bamboo needs complete range of fertilization, including nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, and often a higher amount of nitrogen. It's including NPK, that is a higher amount of nitrogen, then phosphorus and potassium. The ratio is the 13:3:13. NPK, and it is better to carry out soil always to fix and confirm the dosage and general dosage normal that may be followed. The dosage of this NPK is 15.5 kg of urea, 5.5 kg of SSP, then 13.45 kg of MOP per plant per year. For first year 15%, second year 75%, and third year onward full dose should be required for the plant growth of the plant, and given in 10 split doses also required for the growth of the plant and proliferation of the plant or for the vigorous growth. Another, that is NPK, the general doses like urea, SSP, EMOP, etc. The fertilizers application is required to be done first during planting. The fertilizer should be mixed in the pits. The applied fertilizer for the plant growth of the plant or for bamboo plantation. Uh, this application is required to be done, that is first during planting. During the planting, first application is required or apply the fertilizer should be mixed in the pit, and subsequently fertilizer should be applied every month of planting. First mix with wheat and first application should be done as the planting, then one by one utilize these fertilizers every month of planting. Care should be taken to see that chemical fertilizer are not applied directly. Chemical fertilizer are not applied directly for the plant or bamboo plant. When feeding bamboo with lawn fertilizer, select one that contains around 20% nitrogen. Then give or take a few percent and apply about 2 pounds per 100 square feet in spring and again in early summer. This bamboo lawn fertilizer you can select first. You can growing the bamboo plant around this field or this uh, feeding 20% nitrogen, give or take a few percent and apply about 2 pounds per 100 square feet in spring and again in early summer. Then avoid the use of lawn fertilizer that contains weed killing chemicals which can kill your bamboo plant and any other plants you spread it around. To avoid the use of a lawn fertilizer because of it is the chemical fertilizer weed is applied for the weed killing, and that's why we can kill our bamboo plant. That's why any other plant or you spread it around. When feeding bamboo with an organic plant fertilizer or food which is usually much lower in nitrogen, we you will need to apply more generous amount of fertilizer so that the bamboo gets enough nitrogen. When feeding bamboo with organic plant fertilizer or food which is uh, usually lower nitrogen but the bamboo plantation having more nitrogen or large amount of nitrogen for the vigorous growth of a bamboo plant. That's why you will need to apply more generous amount of fertilizer so that the bamboo gets enough nitrogen. For example, if the organic fertilizer you are using contain 5% nitrogen, apply about 4 pounds per 100 square feet in spring and again in early summer. For example, you apply the organic fertilizer using 5%, or this organic fertilizer contains the 5% nitrogen. Apply about the 4 pounds per 100 squares feet in spring and again in early summer because the bamboo plantation having the enough nitrogen for their vigorous growth or their proliferation or for healthy plant of bamboo. An alternative method for feeding bamboo is compost, which slowly feeds both the soil and the plant. In this compost manure, that is mushroom compost or homemade compost, are suitable for materials, dead organic matter or leaf. Dead leaf or dead plants dug in soil, and animals waste you dug in soil and forming the compost manure. And this compost manure is useful or for the bamboo cultivation or bamboo growth of the bamboo, which are slowly feed both the soil and the plant. And these manures like mushroom compost or homemade compost are suitable material for the bamboo propagation or growth of the bamboo. For season long feeding, simply spread 1 to 2 inch layer of compost around your bamboo plants in spring. For 1 year, for season, the plantation required near about for 1 year 1 to 2 inch layer of this compost manure around your bamboo plant in single plant having the 1 to 2 inch layer of compost manure. A second application can be made in early summer, early summer. In spring, first apply this compost manure for one plant to 1 to 2 inch layer of this compost manure, and another application or apply this compost manure in early summer season. Two times in each year to apply this compost manure one by one. Not only will the compost feed your soil and plant, it will also help to retain moisture in the soil. This compost feed or compost manure is very useful for fertile this manure or compost fertile the soil uh, and drainage the excess water. That's why the moisture retain the moisture in the soil. That's why it is very useful for the bamboo propagation or cultivation, for the growth of vigorous growth of bamboo or proliferation of the bamboo plant. Okay, these are the nutrient or fertilizers used for the bamboo propagation. Now, these are some plant species, bamboo plant species we are going to discuss about this plant species or important plant species all over the world. They are grown all over the world. Some example of this bamboo plant species. First one is the Bambusa nana. Bambusa is the genus, nana is the species. This Bambusa nana species that is very beautiful. See this picture. This is very beautiful species. In this picture, you can see, and it is useful as a screening. This species is useful as screening. Then it can grow up to 20 to 30 feet in height. It can grow, this species is height of this bamboo species 20 to 30 feet, and prevalent decorative plant owing to its uh, appealing foliage, that is their leaf, that is the decorative leaf. And the plant also have edible shoot. This plant shoot also edible, that and their the bambusa nana is the very beautiful species. Then next species is Milocana basifera. Milocana is the genus and basifera is the species. This Milocana basifera is evergreen variety of bamboo that can reach a height of this Milocana basifera is 32 to 65 feet in height of this Milocana basifera, and it is another bamboo native to India that grows mostly as ornamental plant. This plant is or this plant species is native to or origin of this plant species is India, and it is mostly as an ornamental species or ornamental plant and commonly known as berry bamboo. This species is commonly known as berry bamboo. This plant occupies larger space due to its aggressive growth. This plant having for their growth having the larger space because of their aggressive growth or proliferation. Due to its strength, this variety is mostly useful in construction purposes as the bamboo. Because of their strength, this variety is mostly useful in building construction. Okay, now in next species is Dendroclamus gingatius. Dendroclamus is the genus and gingatius is the species. It also goes by the name of dragon bamboo. This species is known as the dragon bamboo. See the picture of this species, Dendroclamus gingatius. This is known as the dragon bamboo and grows up to 90 to 100 feet tall. That's why it is known as the dragon bamboo. Very large height of this species, that is Dendroclamus gingatius, 90 to 100 feet tall. In India, you can find this in Uttaranchal area, then West Bengal, then Sikkim, in the northeast area, and Kerala, then Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu in South Africa. Uh, Grows these species in this part of the India, that is Uttaranchal, West Bengal, Sikkim, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, or northeast Sikkim or Kerala. The cultivation of this variety takes place for the handicap. In India, mostly the tribal people, they can making the many beautiful type of handloom and handicrafts from these species in that Kerala, Karnataka, in this West Bengal area, making the craft or many type of handicrafts or decoratives or many decorative purpose for useful this species Dendroclamus gingatius. It is the height is very large, that is it should be known as the dragon bamboo. Then another one is the Gingatochola rostrata. This Gingatochola is the genus and rostrata is the species. You know that uh, the first letter of the genus is the capital, and the first letter of the species is the small. See in this slide, the Gingatochola is genus. The first letter of Gingatochola is the capital, and species, the first letter of Rostrata is small letter, because of under the ICBN rule, that is the International Code of Botanical Nomenclature, under Article 13, that rule, that's why the species name of first letter is small, and first letter of genus is capital always in all plant species. So this Kingatochola rosterata is evergreen plant. See this beautiful picture of this Gingatochola rostrata. It is evergreen type of bamboo that is perennial in nature. Perennial, that is their about plant life is three type. They are divided into three types. Life of the plant, that is annual 1 year, biennial, that is 2 year, and more than 2 year of life of plant, that is called as the perennial. This plant is evergreen and perennial in nature. This variety of bamboo are tufted with clumps that can go as high as 16 to 26 feet. This variety is of bamboo is tufted with clump. That stem, a clump means stem. Their stem is very tufted, and height of this bamboo is near about 16 to 26 feet and have a diameter is 3 to 5 centimeter. It is very useful in the making of hats and baskets because of their stem is tough in nature, and you can find this throughout East India. This species generally we can find, or this species is present in throughout the East India and in some parts of Madhya Pradesh, and also in some part of Madhya Pradesh you can find out this species Gangitochola rostrata, or some part of Maharashtra and some parts of Karnataka. Also, this species Gangitochola rostrata is present. It is evergreen species, and their stem or clump is very tough. Okay. Then next one is the Dendroclamus strictus. See this picture. This picture of Dendroclamus strictus. species. Dendrocamus is the genus and Strictus is the species. This variety is also famous as male bamboo. In last lecture, you can see the species as female bamboo, and this lecture you can see the Dendroclamus strictus is the male bamboo. The variety is naming or famous also this male bamboo, or it is also called as nerves, nervas or ner. Uh, this species is common in India, all over the India. It can attain a height 30 to 70 feet. This Dendroclanus strictus having the height 30 to 70 feet. Then uses of this Dendroclamus strictus use as the make tool handles, then cheeks, then agriculture equipments, making from this agriculture equipments, then furniture making, then doormats making, and also make from this baskets. This from this species. This is these species are useful or very useful in India. Okay. Okay. Now you can see in this lecture. Requirement of nutrient for the bamboo cultivation or bamboo propagation, or fertilizers used as bamboo cultivation or bamboo propagation, and some species you can study it in this, or some important species you can study it in this or today's lecture. Okay, thank you. And any question you can find me at nisha raite at kthmcollege.ac.in. Thank you very much.